semifinal match, Pba National Championship. Justin Hromek, he's got one major U.S. Open under his belt going against the very experienced veteran Butch Soper.
With each appearance on television, he looks to be a big star down the road.
He has the personal habits and the game, Chris, and it takes both to maintain stardom out here for a decade, and that's what you need. Here's a guy who's been out here for almost 3 decades. Just a great natural ability to bowl.
All but the 5-pin. As we indicated, this is the Butch Soper we talk about from week to week.
Well, Chris, he takes the full approach, all 17 feet. He opens his hand on a backswing, and this is what a lot of players need to do to learn to throw the ball straight, is keep that thumb outside of 12 o'clock, around 1 o'clock. A lot of players try to keep the ball inside of 12 o'clock. The pins never know what time it is when you get your thumb down that low.
And Butch knows about not taking a lot of time. He is one of the quick starters and strokers on the tour.
Talk about a quick start. He started the tournament, okay? Game 1, 300. Next game, 10 in a row, 22 strikes in a row. The all-time record of strikes in a row in a PBA Tour, Norm Duke. Now, you watch Butch Soper. Everything is straight. I don't have to draw any boxes or anything. Butch Soper is just straight. And that's where the pins went, straight back.
Great dance off the deck. Butch Soper, former surfer, California kid. Another 10 today.
The only real penalty of having to keep up your ball speed is you drive the pins up in the air and you leave the ring in 10. If you have a little softer ball speed, the 6 pin stays lower, has a better chance of taking out the 10. However, today's conditions, if you throw slow, you can't keep it in the pocket. So it's a fine balance between speed and power.
Time to time, Norm Salmon, our director, shows you other professional bowlers. Since nearby Detroit is the scene of battle, many of them have stayed over just to watch this PBA National Championship.
Well, most of them want to learn a little bit, Chris, and obviously they're just heading about 60 miles north next week. It'll be a Taylor Lanes for the qualifying. Hromek still fiddling around, just can't get the right feel. The key is, will he loft the ball out over the line? If he lays it short, he's in trouble.
That high hit, the result, a 6-pin on the left lane.
Well, here's a good replay. Watch the ball just goes barely over the foul line, about 6 or 8 inches. When his best shots, as we saw him finish out the last game, is when he lofted that ball a la Mark Roth about 4 or 5 feet over the line. That delays the hook, and he can simulate the straight shot that works better today.
Steve Wilson, Sherry's husband, who is here also today.
Won the Quaker State earlier this year. Now Sopes, with an early double, can take a 11-pin lead. Made a little shoe change, is having trouble sticking at the foul line. But the Wild Stallion just runs and lets her go.
Mike Havasu. Watching Butch today, his wife Dawn and son Jondon, and Butch's other children, Shane and Sandra, cheering him on.
Doesn't take much bowling calculus, Chris, that the shortest distance between 2 points is a straight line. That's how Butch got to the 5-pin there. Came off the edge board, got the board 17. That's the rip spot, and just demolished the rack.
Okay, Butch is in the lead. We'll be back. Mark with a spare. in the 4th frame. Still trailing by 26, but the strike was important. He opened with a strike, then 3 spares, and now Butch Soper, a spare and 3-bagger working for him now, shooting in the 5th frame. He had the best match play record, 18-6.
Interesting part about Butch's grip is he just used one finger gripper in his ring finger. As you see him release this ball here, goes a little bit high, doesn't trip the 4-pin. Butch always keeps the ball in play. I mean, he doesn't throw the big hook, so you don't expect any wild shots out of him.
Spare for Butch, and here again, Mike Albee.
Thanks, Chris. Tim, you made some great shots, 3 in a row to get back in the match. You leave it on a light 2-pin. Did you throw it good? Did you like it?
Well, I was kind of losing the right lane, Mike, and I was just basically trying to force it in the pocket, and I gave it a little too much room and didn't really catch enough of it, so I kind of knew it when I left it off my hand, so.
Put himself in the play this week. Did a great job.
An honest answer to an unfavorable situation. Congratulations, Tim. Good week.
10-pin for Butch on the left lane.
Butch Soper, our statistician for years, replaced Palmer Falgren, my good friend Chris, who has just been named our United States Olympic coach, succeeding Fred Borden, who did a stellar job over the years. And Palmer, I'm sure, will resurrect our United States team back up to #1 where they should be.
And he will shake up Olympic Village.
Let's talk about it. Justin needs to get a strike here to make a match of it. Trails by 20, 6 frames, strike up.
That's a double, cutting the lead down to 10 pins. Tomorrow at 1 Eastern, noon Central and Pacific on ABC, IndyCar points leader Jimmy Vassie is primed for a battle at the ITT Automotive Detroit Grand Prix. Then the United States national soccer team squares off against Ireland in U.S. Cup 96. That's all tomorrow here on ABC Sports. Jimmy Vasser, the point leader.
Strike here, it's an even match through 7 frames. Boy, the subtle difference between success and failure at this level is just having the right shot. You have to accommodate the lane. You really can't beat it. Justin Hromek, who has a little bit more natural power than Butch Soper, pays a slight penalty for every little mistake. There he leaves the 4-pin. Soper's going to lead by 11.
University of Toledo, meanwhile, the revitalized downtown Toledo offers a view of the Maumee River, even to art forms. Not bad.
Their football team, Chris, undefeated last year.
Oh, it's a terrific in the Mid-America Conference. They've always been just terrific.
Division I team, undefeated last year, ranked 24th in the nation. Here goes Soper, leads by 11, 7th frame.
Broke up the split. Still left to 6-10.
Wow, the first really good break for anybody today. Soper has the big tonk just standing there looking at his face. 4, 6, 7, 10. He gets out with a 6-10. If he converts his spare, you're talking about an 18-pin flip-flop.
Okay. Current president and past president of the PBA, Walter Ray Williams and Mike Albee.
Thanks, Chris. Well, Butch said he was 0 forever against you and looking forward to taking you on for the PBA National Championship. Is that who you want to go against, Walter?
I really don't care who I bowl against. I think they've got a little advantage out there. Linked a little bit more oil, but I'm going to give a little extra hit to get that ball to hook the way it was during the week.
Walter's having a great year. I don't think anybody will stop him.
into the 8th frame following the spare for Butch Soper. Getting late here in the semifinal game, earned the right to meet Walter Ray Williams Jr.
Interesting, Butch Soper, about a 1 to 2 degree angle of attack to the pins. You're talking Justin Hromek about 3 or 4 degree angle of attack. And Mark Williams, who struggled, had about a 6 degree angle attack. That's the best angle of attack, but you couldn't control the lane surface. So the happy blend is right here in Hromek.
Leaving a 2. Though each year we come to Toledo for these telecasts, we always wonder how they're doing, the boys at the Hamway Bar.
Well, every week, as you see Justin Hromek leave a 2-pin, every week they have a little pool and draw a name out of the hat. And I don't know who has Walter Ray, but they got to be looking forward to today. As your good friend Frank Gihuli is probably the monitor of all that action.
Right. Next Saturday at 1 Eastern and Pacific, the USA women's basketball team travels to the Windy City to take on the women of Russia. It's a crucial test for the undefeated Americans next Saturday here on ABC Sports. Frank Gihuli, a long-time star here in the Toledo area as a sportscaster, former Notre Dame All-American. You can't have a better friend than Frank Gihuli.
Great talent. And here's another great talent on the approach. 9th frame, semifinal game, trails by 10.
It's 10 on the left lane.
Justin leaves the half 10. This isn't the solid 10. And what's the difference is watch the 6 pin, the second pin on the right-hand part of your screen. See, it just kind of lies down in the channel. If it pops over the top, that's the ring and 10. If it just sits there, it's just not solid enough in the pocket.
Lots of power and speed. Cross length, the 10th pin. As a University of Toledo Rockets mascot and cheerleaders are hanging right in there with us today. Next week, Allen Park Civic Arena for the Greater Detroit Open.
Butch Soper is going to get a double dip at Justin Hromek. And what I mean by that, he can lock him out with a double and a mark here, or get a mark and throw 3 strikes in the 10th. Let's see what happens in the 9th. Oh. That's the ring in 10.
Oh.
Yep.
While we saw the last match go to the very last ball, this match is going the same direction. Here's Butch. He knows he's throwing it well. He's going to be disappointed when he sees the result. There you go. Great camera angle. 6 pin right around the belly of the 10.
No big difference. Of course, the major championship is what they're shooting for, but in the money department, you lose in this game, you get $8,000. But if you win, you have a chance for $30,000 or $16,000.
Plus, in a major,
Yes.
there's only next year. A regular tournament, there's next week. So you only have one opportunity a year to win this. Now, Soper up in the 10th with a strike and a spare, he would win. 20 fill locks up the match. Elias needs a spare. Butch Soper, always known for his clutch bowling. He was always very good in tough matches. He's won some tournaments with some of the lowest scores. He won in Baltimore over George Pappas, 172-168. He beat Gary Skidmore, 189-184. He likes low-scoring matches. Good in the clutch. All he needs is a strike or spare to lock this one up. Ooh. Guarantees a tie.
He's won $34,670 thus far this year. Last year, $60,985, and in his career, $713,000. Look at this reaction.
Well, he knows he's temporarily dodged the bullet. A spare by Butch Soper, and there's nothing Hromek can do. 216 would be Soper's score with a spare. He carefully sets himself. Hromek with 3 strikes would only have 250. Soper wins.
Yep. Soper advances.
This ABC Sports presentation of Professional Bowlers Tour will continue after these messages and